That bitch does not look like Sandra Bullock, yo. She does
She
not
doesn't.
look like her. Who told her Sandra Bullock was the right characterization for her? And then you gonna get Michael Oher and say he can't read or write. Like, they had everybody fooled. Welcome back to another episode, an illustrious episode for the Play for Keys podcast. I am your host, Greg Goods.
I am your host, Jackson. And we're ready. I feel like, well, I guess you guys don't know this, but we've been gone for a little bit. So I'm eager to talk to Greg because he seemed like we had a little break and he had a crazy week, and I need to hear all about it.
Man,
I just scrolled on Instagram one day. I just see pictures of Greg just singing his heart out to Marvin's Room, and I'm just like, what?
Oh man, I had to take a little visit to Cali. Hey, look, nobody wins when the family feuds. I had to go see my girl. Had to go check on her well-being, and in the midst of that, had to go see Drake. Had to go see Marlon Wayans. Went to the Golden Gate Bridge. Just living life. Went to Napa. Sipped on some nice wine. Black owned. It was cool. Bae, if you listen to this, look, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to bring up this dirty laundry. Hey, I think it's safe to say that you should not use VIP. If you're gonna go VIP, like, expect to get roasted on. So me and my girl went to the Marlon Wayans comedy show. I was a little skeptical, I'm not gonna lie, because I was afraid that I was gonna be front row and this nigga was not gonna be funny. I thought that there was a chance that nigga might not be funny. He just might be edgy. But he ended up being
Marlon
funny.
Wayans funny?
No, I think he's funny, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really be listening to his stand up comedy like that. I don't really.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Niggas be different. You know what I mean? I heard Drewski shit was ass, low key.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a hun. But but it was funny as fuck. He cracked a few jokes on me. Hey, pro tip: do not break eye contact when the nigga is when the comedian is staring at you. Don't break eye contact. As soon as you do that, he's coming for you, bro. He's going for you, bro. He gonna roast your ass. So he got on my shit. We ain't got to explain what happened. It's not on video, so you're never gonna know.
we will find the video. I will find the video because the last thing I do.
I'll probably tell Jax the details, but he will never find out, nigga.
I feel like though, like it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Like if you look at a comedian, like because if you just keep staring at him, you keep that eye contact, he's gonna be like, oh, yeah, okay. So like you just gotta sit in the back where it's dark.
Yeah, you gotta sit all the way in the back, bro. No, it's because my girl, it was a bonding experience. We was trying to bond some more, but I was thinking at least, bonding. Oh God, but like she ain't getting no work. You know what I mean? He ain't go at him. Maybe he just, my girl was like, maybe it's like because of the Will Smith thing. I'm like, that nigga do not give a fuck about somebody coming up on stage and slapping him. That is not. I mean,
you are a big, you're a large human being, so he couldn't have been afraid.
I wear glasses, nigga. I don't think he was gonna be afraid. He would try. He would take his chances on me. I ain't gonna cap. I had to remind this nigga who the fuck I am. But like off rip, if I saw a nigga that looked like me, I'm nigga. And
see, I tried to shoot you some bail. Like
Like, no, nigga, nah.
He probably didn't disrespect your girl or talk about your girl because he respects black women.
Oh God, because yeah, for sure. But I feel like he already knew what that came with. If he was to like go crazy at my girl, because then I really would have to stand up. We in San Jose, California. This is not Los Angeles. Even though he probably would have underestimated, like nigga, you still gonna. I'm not just gonna allow you to do this. I can't go drive back home.
That's real.
A defenseless black woman. I can't do that. No, that's nigga. Real. So I know he didn't want that. And he 51. I didn't realize how old the nigga was. He 51. Jeez. Shout out to him. But other than that, great show. Saw the Chase Center, saw the Warriors. Well, I didn't see the Warriors, but I saw where the Warriors play. Hey, look, California has so many teams. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out. Y'all niggas got too many. Way too many.
Of every sport, we don't care. We don't care. California, stop it.
Yeah, especially LA. LA got multiple football teams, multiple basketball teams, multiple baseball teams.
LA did not need multiple. It did not need multiple football teams. People don't even show up to any of those games. And the Rams won the Super Bowl.
The Chargers and the Rams, the Angels and the Dodgers, Lakers, Clippers. Like, you nigga, come on, bro. For what?
There's no reason for bro.
That. Hell no. But that's why we didn't do anything last week. Even though we didn't leave you out with content, definitely gave you the second part of Tunde 6.5.
We got to hear some of his terrible takes on Manu Ginobili and Klay Thompson.
Hey man, look, he has some supporters in our group chat. You know what I mean? So it's not like he was all alone. It wasn't like he was all alone. Oh yeah, shout out to Book. Shout out to my nigga Book, man. Jordan Booker that always loves to do a clip notes version in the group chat of what episode he watched of us. I do
appreciate that. I do appreciate it.
I appreciate the Cliff Notes summary, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I hope this is a part. I hope this is a part of the Cliff Notes version that we gave you love.
Oh yeah, go support Book. He's a DJ too. What is it? Is it just DJ Jordan Book? I think that's his name.
I think it's DJ Book. Jordan Book.
Go support Book, bro. He's always showing love. I love Book, bro.
For sure. And before we go into anything else, Jax, how are you, man? I was living life, but what were you doing? You was getting money, right? You was getting money, right? You get into the bag? Get into the bag?
You froze. I don't know what you said.
Oh, for real? I was just saying, like,
know what you said.
I was like, while I was out, doing what I was doing, what were you up to, man? You was getting to the money, getting to the bag, paper chasing.
Always. What did I do this weekend? I don't think I did anything. And that's exactly how I like it, because work be hard. It's hard. It's hard being a black man in America. But we here now, and we ready to podcast.
Ready to pod, man. Before we get into our first topic, man, shout out to all of y'all that showed us mad love on these recent posts that we've been posting, man. Right now we sitting at 99K plays for this one video for Terrence Crawford. By the time this episode drops, it's definitely hitting 100K.
Yeah.
With over 6,000 likes. The next video had like 12.2K, and even this other one has 6K. Man, appreciate the love, man. I was talking to my girl about it, and I was telling her, "Hey, yo, like we about to hit 100K plays," and she thought I was talking about 100K likes. And
if we got 100,000 likes, yeah,
that's kind of crazy. But I was like, I was more, like I said, I was more enamored about the plays than the likes. Because I like to see the kind of reach that we can get. And she wasn't understanding at the time, but I was just like, like even if you look at for Instagram and TikTok, even if you watch something multiple times, it still counts as one listen, one play, one view count. So that means 99 different eyes viewed our content. And in my mind, I'm just like 99,000 viewed us, and you don't think not one of them was famous? Not one of them was a celebrity? Like, I just had to put in perspective, like, you don't think a nigga with a blue check mark looked at our shit?
I need to know if Terrence Crawford saw it. I need to know if Terrence Crawford saw it.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, there's a lot of people in this world, but I'm just saying, like, the bigger the reach, the more possibilities it may be. So that's what I'd be thinking about. You tell me an NBA player didn't look at our shit? A boxing ass nigga didn't look at our shit? An NFL player just looked at our shit for 3 or 4 seconds before he scrolled up? I don't know, man. I'm just saying, bro. But shout out to y'all for real. It was cool. And make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. Obviously, y'all telling a friend to tell a friend if we getting 100K like this. So
tell a friend to tell an enemy. What y'all doing? That'll diversify the listen. Tell a friend to tell an enemy.
Oh God, and for you niggas, you know what I mean. Look, support to the bad bitches too. Support to the bad bitches. Show the podcast to the bad bitches too. We want, you know, this is not a sausage fest, fam. We want some women in this shit. We want some women in this too. No cap.
And I'm glad you brought up women. Man, what? because we need to shout out Sha'carri Richardson, who just won. Shit.
I thought you.
What did you think I was going to say? I don't even want to know what you thought I was going to say.
I thought you were about to talk about. My bad.
No, cut that. Don't even say his name on this podcast. Oh God, I got it. Hey, I'm gonna do the same beep. I'm gonna do the same beep like we did for your last name. That shit funny as hell. Oh my God. Shout out to Sha'carri Richardson because she is the world champion at the World Athletic Championships, I guess, for the 100 meters. She ran a 10.65. And I don't know if you've seen the video. Did you watch the video or did you see the video?
The one where she like did
Nah. This is a new one. She ran, but I seen the one where she just like wiped her head and that was hard. But this one, like the one she just won, like I was watching, it didn't even look like she was winning at first until like the end. She just on them niggas. I was like, damn, she's cold, bro.
She pacing herself very well. I like the resurgence. I like the resurgence of Sha'carri. I do like how, you know, she's got back into the lab and improved because I don't know if you remember that last time she had that big ass race. She got into dead last.
Yeah,
and they was hyping her up that whole way. They had mad commercials before her meet and shit. It just kind of looked bad. So I'm glad that she was able to bounce back for sure. And I hope she does even better when the Olympics come around. I think the Olympics next year, right?
Yeah, 2024. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, man, we all eyes gonna be on her for sure, and I'm gonna be an avid supporter until she do something crazy. But right now, fire. Keep up the good work.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how to segue into the next topic.
You see? Hey, you see what happens when we take a break from the pod, man? Niggas start losing their superpowers, man.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
But you know, speaking of former college phenoms like Sha'carri Richardson, let's go ahead.
I was thinking of something like that, but I couldn't figure out what to say. I couldn't figure out what to say.
Hey man, step your game up, man. Look, hey man, you need a vacation. Hey, maybe a vacation might spook might spark the energy of it. You know what I mean? You feel me? Hey. But, you know, college football starts this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's week 0 this week. It's going to be Notre Dame versus Army, I believe, which is Notre Dame should win because why are you losing to a military school? Stop being stupid. But, yeah, so college football is finally getting started. So I'm actually sort of excited for college football. You know, but I'll hand to you first. Is there anything you're particularly looking forward for this season?
Fuck no. But I'm a basketball nigga, so of course. But I will say shout out to our well, I can't even say this is not our alma mater. This is Redacted University. A university transferred to the Big 12, and I'm happy for them and excited to see what they do in the Big 12. All of those teams that are in the Big 12. I'm also looking forward to Colorado. That is one team that I am looking forward
with Deion.
To with Deion Sanders. A lot of white people, a lot of other people don't think the nigga gonna win more than 3 games. And to that I say last year they won 1 game. So
it's upgrade.
Progress, nigga. I don't know what you want me to tell you, nigga. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. But me personally, realistically, I don't think he's winning more than like 6 or 7 games. But that's mad improvement. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, my nigga. And that nigga got his own medical problems he got going on with himself. So hopefully he's doing all right. His son's playing quarterback, so you know I'm always looking forward to a black quarterback. And they're joining the Big 12 as well. I think next year. So
yeah, I believe so.
I'm looking forward to them. So I'm looking forward to them for sure.
But this season, like you said, I'm actually like I'm football fan and everything. Growing up, I used to be a Texas fan. Now I don't really care as much. Like I still watch their games, but I've always
Same,
liked
bro.
Big 12 football because like that's just the division. Like in the South, I feel like, or specifically in Texas, that's just the division you watch growing up. Because had UT, it had A&M before they left. Yeah, like all the schools.
Right.
So I'm actually
Oklahoma.
excited. I'm excited to see the Big 12 this year because it's going to be OU and Texas last year in the Big 12. Houston. There's another team coming up.
Baylor.
No,
Oh,
there's
you
another
talk,
new team coming
Cincinnati's
up.
coming up.
Yeah, Houston, Cincinnati. Like this is the
UCF.
first time the Big 12 is going to be 14 teams. So I'm just sort of I'm ready to see what's going to happen because Big 12 is normally big offense, big plays, and everything. So I'm really excited to see that, and I want to see Texas and OU one last time in the Big 12. Hopefully, they both are good this season. Last year, OU wasn't that good, and Texas be Texas, and they disappoint yearly, but they have a good quarterback this season. So hopefully, they ball out, and I want to see OU and Texas one last time in the Big 12. So that's what I'm excited for this season.
Well, I will say that with Texas, I am a little bit more excited to see Texas because that Manning boy is.
I don't think he's going to start. I don't think he's going to start.
Oh, he's not. Oh, it's is it
Ewers?
Oh, okay. I didn't know he was still there this year.
I think
okay.
I think the plan is like if he plays great this season, he's going to leave for the draft, and then Arch Manning steps in and is their quarterback for the next 3 years. Continue like that. But we will see. I'm ready for that.
When was the drop off for you for Texas? Because I used to watch Texas a lot too.
When I went to college, honestly.
So like it was later.
Yeah, like I wanted to go to UT until like, and I got into UT, but like I took that visit and I was like, nah.
White people.
Like the only black person I saw was it was when Tyrone Swoops was their quarterback. He was the only black person I saw on the campus. Not to like drag UT or nothing, but like the only black person I saw was their quarterback. And I'm like, I'm not really feeling like I want to go here for real no more.
Yeah, not gonna lie, you lasted a little bit. You watched a little bit more. Once Vince Young left, it was a drop off, nigga. Once that nigga left, bro, because I was watching that Rose Bowl live, nigga, when we was playing against Reggie Bush.
Yeah,
nigga. You can't top that. And then Colt McCoy was good though.
Colt McCoy was cold, bro. Colt McCoy
he was cold. And I forgot the they had this wide receiver, Shipley or some shit like
Jordan
that.
Shipley, yes.
That nigga was cold too.
Him and Colt was locked in, bro. Him and Colt was
them
locked
niggas was locked in. I was watching them niggas NCAA 11. I had them niggas on the PS2.
Yeah.
But other than that, after that, my drop off for them niggas dropped off tremendously, nigga. Like it was bad. But I started watching like Oregon a lot because Chip Kelly was doing crazy work over there. And then Oklahoma, because that nigga AP was going crazy. And you know about AP. We already had, we already talked about
we already had the running back conversation.
Man. But yeah, there's nothing like they be talking about Big 12 defense and how it's ass, but it's nothing like seeing Big 12 football from an offensive standpoint, man. Like them 42 to 35 games, nigga. Them
56
OT
to 51.
games,
You
nigga.
be like, dang, bro. Double over, like I love it, bro.
Game winning field goals, blocked. It's crazy, man. I fuck with it. SEC's cool, but
they just Big 12 is just something different. Maybe just because defense be sucking, bro, and just more shootouts and everything. But man, I hope it's a good season. I hope it's a good season.
I hope it is too. Before we move topics, what if off the top of your head, I know you haven't been thinking about it. What was your favorite college football matchup or college football game that you remember seeing live?
Game that I remember seeing live.
It could be TV or real life.
It's not my favorite because it pissed me off but I will never forget. Like it was Texas versus Texas Tech. That Michael Crabtree catch. When it was
shit.
I will never forget that play. Every time people talk about Michael Crabtree, that's the first thing that popped in my head. I will never forget
is that catch.
Because he caught it, and what is DB's name? It's was it Aaron? I cannot remember the DB's name, but he had Crabtree. He was like holding on to the jersey. Crabtree like broke off and just ran for the touch. It just made me so.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I didn't watch it live, but I saw the replay.
I'll never forget. I saw the highlights. That. I think that was like also the first time I've ever seen like a field get rushed like on TV. Like that was the first time I ever seen that. So I was like, "What are they doing? This is crazy." But yeah, I was pissed off.
Yeah, I was mad. If I had to say my favorite game, it's definitely Clemson versus Louisville. It was Deshaun Watson versus Lamar Jackson. That shit was crazy. But my favorite moment, like the craziest moment, was watching that Auburn versus Alabama when Auburn ran that bitch back. And the announcers was going crazy. Auburn's finna win a football game. Like, they went crazy. I didn't think that nigga was finna go crazy like that. Just, you know what I mean? Nah, like, anything can happen, but that one was a crazy one because I was with me and my two homeboys. I was like, nigga, this shit really happened.
Nah, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's like, now, like, every time. I
forgot the nigga name.
Every time somebody, like, catches a field goal or whatever, I always think they're gonna return it for a touchdown now because it's only just like ever since I've seen that, and then it's only linemen on the field to block, so like you should be able to outrun all of them. So every time
bro.
That's what I always think of.
Damn, bro, it really just blindsides you, man, and just you hate to see it, man.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Speaking of blindsides and things you hate to see. We hate to see, or I guess we sort of love to see that Michael Oher, he's finally he's coming out and saying how the how do you say their name? True, I do not remember how to say their name. And I watched the Blindside movie, but I believe
I ain't gonna lie to
I believe it's Tui, the Tui family.
I ain't gonna. Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. They white. I did not care. I did not care to pronounce it correctly, yo.
But yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
If you know the story, if you ever seen The Blindside, or if you haven't, it's a movie about Michael Oher who went to Ole Miss. Then he went to Ole Miss. Then he went to the NFL, played for the Ravens, played for the Panthers a little bit as an offensive tackle. I want to say, actually, I don't remember what draft pick he was, but he was never a superstar or whatever, but he was very solid. In the movie The Blindside, it sort of tells of his upbringing and how he was from Tennessee. He didn't have much, he was in the foster care system a lot, and then this amazingly kind white family took him in and taught him the game of football and taught him how to read and write and gave him food and this, that, and the third. And that was really the premise of The Blindside. And The Blindside, if you're a little kid, it's a really good movie. And then you get older and you watch it again and you're like, this is problematic. Damn. This is very problematic. And Michael Oher, he's since come out. Even before this event we're talking about, he came out and said he didn't really like the characterization of himself in the movie because he could indeed read and write. He had good grades. He knew how to play football already. He just, he just was poor at the time. But this whole story is just funny, but let me get back to it. Last week, Michael Oher, he filed a 14-page petition in Tennessee that said that Sean and Leanne Tui, who is the family who took him in as a high schooler, they didn't adopt him the way they said they did, but instead signed him to a conservatorship, and that it gives him legal authority to make business deals in his name. And Michael Oher, he was under the impression that he was adopted, which he was not. So in this conservatorship, the petition further alleges that the Tuis, they use their powers as the conservators to get a deal that paid them and their two birth children, not Michael Oher, but their two birth children, millions of dollars in royalties from The Blindside. In that movie, it earned over $300 million at the box office. And they got deals that gave, I think I saw something, it said their two biological sons or kids each got $250,000. And Michael Oher, he got nothing from that movie. A movie that would not have existed without him. And now he's coming out, and the Tui, they're, of course, denying all the involvement and everything. But, like, what is your reaction to this news? Because I was just like, yo, this can't be true, bro. This cannot be true.
I just feel like my reaction was just a little bit more unconventional than most. I think more people are like concerned about Michael Oher and like how tragic this shit is, and like my first reaction was, damn, I really fell for this. You know what I mean? Like I was looking at all the signs, right, and I should have known by looking at the family. That bitch does not look like Sandra Bullock, yo. She does not look like her. Yeah. Like who told her Sandra Bullock was the right characterization for her? And then you gonna get Michael Oher and say he can't read or write. Like the whole time when you were describing everything, I was just like, yo, like my nigga, we really fell for this. If you was to explain it,
like what 2009, we was
kids. Bro, but like adults was taking us to it, and adults was not raising eyebrows either. Like they had everybody fooled. They had everybody fooled because I'm just like, Mom, it's a great story. Mom, Pop, that's on you.
That's on you guys.
Because the mother, I know I can find the DVD at home. Like if I go to my mama's crib, I can find the DVD right now. I can put my hands on it. It's right next to the drumline shit. Like I know exactly where that shit is at. So for me, it's like, damn, bro. Like it. If you was to tell me this like today, like you are now, it'd be like, yo, that's kind of hard to believe. Like a white family was just so fucking kind to just pick up this black man to help him read and write with no compensation, just out the kindness of the heart in fucking Tennessee, like country ass Tennessee, where racists lived. I don't know how it just flew over my parents' head. My parents should have known better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Michael Oher too, but somebody should have been raising some eyebrows a little bit more. And another thing I think that happened that I was a little confused about was that there was a lot of people kind of questioning Michael Oher on like, how did you not, like, you waited all this time and you just now know about this? Like, how were they able to fool you for so many years without you having to ask no question?
I feel like with that, they were able to fool him because, one, he assumed he was adopted. And if somebody says, oh, we're adopting you, and makes you sign papers, I'm going to believe I'm adopted. So there's that for one. And then, two, he was, in the professional football, in the National Football League, rather. He's doing all this other stuff. He was sort of busy, It's hard for him to focus on, like, the Blindside and all these court proceedings and this, that, and the third. He's not really paying attention to it as much. And he did. Yeah. I want to say he started getting suspicious. I think it said it was like a couple of years ago, but like I said, he just didn't have.
I think it was like 2016 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was 2016 or 2017. But like he was getting suspicious, but he was in the midst of his career. He couldn't really do. He was busy, So I'm not surprised that it took him a while. But
when you making money for real, like you're not really concerned about the Blindside money and what that could possibly do for you when you're already making NFL money, low key, I guess.
Yeah.
So I can get it, but it's just like, man, they were able to set their kids up, and you ain't get no Blindside check dime.
And he didn't even think they would do something like that because like you're just supposed to be my family. Why would you do me like that? So
yeah, but it's just like, damn, like that shit came out in what, 2008? And
from
like
2008 to 2009.
Now, I'm not saying you didn't ask no questions, but I'm just like, damn, like how much leeway were you finna give these niggas to give you your money about a story about you?
I think they told him that, or they're telling the courts and everything now that they didn't get any money from the movie, and like all the money they got was from the Blindside book, which was written by one of their friends, I believe. But still, like it's just like, yo,
that's bullshit, nigga.
I can't believe it.
And Black Twitter, stop slandering Sandra Bullock. She did not know about this shit. She was just playing the fucking role, my nigga. God damn. Y'all was cooking her love.
I haven't seen many people, but I have seen some idiots be like, oh, give her Sandra Bullock, give back the Oscar. It's like, bro, she's an actress. She's
still acting her ass off. What the fuck? Nigga said, give back the Oscar. Nigga, I'm glad. Hey, look, this is why I can't be in no controversial shit. Because if I'm unknowingly about some controversial shit, and I win like an Emmy or a Grammy or whatever the fuck, and they out here telling me to give it back, I'm gonna act real disrespectful, nigga. I might start posting it again. If I'm Sandra Bullock, I have that bitch in the back when I'm doing my video recording, make sure niggas just see it.
Oh my goodness.
Specifically saying Blindside, just to let niggas know I'm not giving this shit back. That's what Reggie Bush should have did with the Heisman, but that's a whole different story. But like,
man,
I'm just saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta over my dead body. Come grab it if you want to, nigga.
Nah, yeah, that's real disrespect, and I feel like it's been a lot of disrespect going around, especially in the NFL. And this, like, normally we talk about, running backs getting disrespected or quarterbacks getting disrespected, but now we have an offensive coordinator getting disrespected, which, he's a black coach, so unfortunately we do get disrespected a lot. But Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator for the Washington Commanders.
TBD.
Yeah, Washington to be determined because they might change their name. Ron Rivera in a press conference, he said I don't know. First of all, Ron Rivera, you're an idiot for even saying this in a press conference, but I digress.
This not his first offense for doing some shit.
Commanders head coach Ron Rivera, some of his players expressed concern over their new offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy's intensity during practice. Now, and Bieniemy he's came out and said he's not going to change his approach, and I don't think he should. He's an old school coach, former player, former running back, and the way he coaches, as tough as it may be, it's gotten results. He coached Adrian Peterson when Adrian Peterson ran for that 2,000-yard season after a torn ACL. He helped get He helped get the Chiefs to multiple Super Bowls. He helped get the Chiefs to multiple Super Bowls, and even players have came out since then. Mahomes, he said EB's going to be harsh on you, but he's going to get the best out of you every single day. Tyreek Hill, he came in and he parroted those comments as well. Curtis Samuel, who's on the Commanders, said that he likes EB and he's a good coach. I just think, you're football players. Sometimes somebody's going to coach you hard. And, granted, we're not in the NFL. We're not under those conditions. But it's just, still, you're a football player. You got to be tougher than that. You can get over it. As long as he's not actively disrespecting you, which he probably is, and he's not insulting you as a man, as a human being, or that he's not degrading you, you should be fine. So I don't get what all the controversy is, honestly. I think the players is a little bit, well, I can't say that. The players are just a little bit, sensitive. I'll say that. They're a little sensitive.
This is not the players' fault. I don't put any fault at the players. Because we would have never known this if Ron Rivera would have never opened his fucking mouth. Who asked you to just rat the team out like this, nigga? You can't tell me, and I'm being honest right now, because Eric Bieniemy has been in the league for a long ass time. When you got niggas like Tyreek, you think Tyreek Hill has never complained about shit? Most wide receivers are divas. And he's able to, because of the results and reaping the benefits and winning the Super Bowl, he's able to have a great relationship with EB. But, you telling me while he was in the trenches, EB didn't push his buttons to the point where he was like, hey, my nigga, I don't like how this is going. All I'm saying is nobody was able to rat Tyreek. Andy Reid wasn't out here saying, hey, yo, Tyreek Hill, he's just not really messing with EB right now, man. It's a work in progress. I'm not saying that he's upset. They're just a little concerned. What the fuck does that mean, bro? Why did we do this? I think Ron Rivera is trying to sabotage EB. EB has been disrespected. I think EB has always been disrespected. He was disrespected by taking this job. Because who the fuck goes from an offensive coordinating job to another offensive coordinating job when you should be trying to get a head coaching job, and that's what you want? You had to go to another organization to be an offensive coordinator just for you to have a better chance of becoming a head coach one day. And Ron Rivera feels that smoke. He feels that hot seat coming. Mm-hmm. Ron Rivera, if you don't fucking do something this year, EB is right on that ass, and you can hear it. And that was some bullshit because Ron Rivera has done this before. I think he did this shit in Carolina where he was running his mouth a little bit too much, and he leaked out some shit that he wasn't supposed to leak out. He did some shit with Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz not good.
Carson Wentz is not good. Carson Wentz is not good, but at the same time, you the head coach, nigga. You supposed to protect your players, even if you don't fuck with them niggas. You're supposed to protect your players at some point. And you should be leaving these niggas out to dry. Like, hey, yo, hey, don't blame me, nigga. They out here fighting with EB right now. That's crazy. And for that, it's time for you to go. It's time to. Hey, you had a great story, Ron Rivera. I know that, there was some trials and tribulations you had to go through with your health and all that stuff. I'm glad you in a better realm of things. Hey, but look, it's EB time, bro. It's EB time. I don't like how y'all niggas. I don't like how you doing things in Washington D.C. right now. Looking real suspicious. It's getting real suspicious out here. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, that's facts. And speaking of sabotage,
oh God,
I believe it's time to bring up Darryl Morey and how he is a liar, according to James Harden. Now, as we transition to the NBA, this was when? Probably last week, like last Saturday or something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. It happened at like 5 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, because James Harden was over in China.
He was in Chinatown out here on a moped riding around doing weird shit in China.
I believe it was last week. James Harden, he was in China promoting his shoes with Adidas, I think. And
I believe so.
Nobody asked him this. I don't know what the question was, but I know it wasn't this. Nobody asked him anything. But James Harden, he had his microphone, and he said, Darryl Morey is a liar. Now, Darryl Morey, he's the GM of the 76ers. So James Harden, he's trying to get traded from the 76ers. So he has a little bit of disdain for Darryl Morey. And he said, Darryl Morey is a liar, and I'll never be a part of an organization that he is a part of. And then he said, let me say that again. Darryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization he's a part of. Everybody heard him clearly, yet he still had to make sure he said it twice to know how much he hates Darryl Morey. Now, Harden and Darryl Morey have a history together because Darryl Morey was a GM for the Rockets, and Darryl Morey, he's the one who ended up getting Harden to come to Philly in the first place. So they were thick as thieves. They were best buds. And between then and now, something has happened. They've fallen out, and they hate each other's guts. Now, Greg, as a Houston fan and a James Harden, you're still a James Harden fan. You still support him.
I fuck with James Harden. I fuck with James Harden.
Please tell me, how did he get this? How did he get this bad?
All right, look. First of all, Houston Rockets fans, stand up, baby. You ain't. Hey, to my Houston Rockets fans out there, that's specifically on Twitter, bro. Let it go. You don't have to defend him no more, bro. He not on the team, bro. You got young talent, bro. You do not have to go to Philadelphia Twitter and defend James Harden. Yo, chill. It's cool. It's cool, bro. Let go of those shackles. 2018 was a long time ago, bro. Today is a new day. Amin Thompson is here. Ken Whitmore is here. I just wanted to get that the PSA out. Cause I still be seeing these niggas out here defending Harden. It's cool. Let them other niggas do it. That's not our job no more. Anyway, now the James Harden thing is a little tricky because at this point nobody gives a fuck about James Harden.
Except
like nobody really cares. Nobody really be caring for real because the nigga done hop teams way too many times and quote unquote quit on different organizations. So it's almost like the boy cried wolf in other people's mind. Now that there's some real shit happening, they don't really give a fuck for real no more. But I will say that the main reason, most people thought it was a contract situation and that Darryl Morey wouldn't want to give him a contract. And I thought that too when I first got into it. But the recent reports is that he's calling Darryl Morey a liar because Darryl Morey promised him and said, hey, yo, we're going to trade you quickly and swiftly as soon as possible if you opt in to this deal. Apparently, James Harden was willing to opt out if needed to join another team. This is what reports are.
He was willing to opt out?
Yeah, but Darryl Morey insisted, hey, yo, if you opt in, we will trade you, but you have to opt in to make this a little bit easier for us so we can get some trade, so we can get something back for you. And as soon as he opted in, then the reports of James Harden wanting to get traded. Then you have niggas like me talking like, why the fuck would you opt in if you want to leave? We going bad mouth to James Harden, low key. And then now we have reports from the 76ers talking about, Ayo, we have no plans or intentions on trading James Harden. Now look. And also, I wanna, cause niggas love to nitpick what we do. You can look at our comments on Instagram. Niggas love to nitpick. I will say that it's not like Shams reported that he was willing to opt out. It's just sources that niggas don't want to be confirmed. It's like sources and shit. But Shams or Wozen report that James Harden didn't, want to opt out. But everybody is saying that Darryl Morey wanted him to opt in so that he can get traded. We will find you a trade, but you need to opt in.
I had no idea that was the people. I had no idea. They told him to opt in. That's okay. I would be mad if I was James Harden too, because that's crazy. I did not know.
They told Darryl Morey was like, "Hey yo, we not trying to lose you for nothing. We need you to opt in, and then we will trade you as soon as we can." And that's where the real beef is coming in. Has nothing to do with the contract. It's strictly because of the opt-in situation and trade. Per sources on James Harden's camp. This is what James Harden is saying. I can only take that as face value. I'm not saying anybody's word is law. Anybody can lie. But this is just what the reports are saying. And to that, makes things a little bit more interesting. Now the NBA is investigating this. And this is what James Harden's camp is telling the NBA investigators. And that's all I have. From the James Harden report from my side.
That's actually I'm actually like, y'all can't see but I'm actually shocked that I did not know. So okay, if I'm James Harden, James Harden has every right to be upset about that. If they told me to opt in, then they messed me over like that. Yes, I would be livid. And the thing is, I don't know what James can do. In all honesty, I think he's sort of just
it was a wink deal. So there's nothing in writing for them.
He's stuck right now. Like he wants to leave Philly. They don't, or if they do want to trade him, nobody's going to give them value they deem acceptable enough. So he's just really stuck in, because he said he wants to go to the Clippers. The Clippers don't necessarily need. The only thing the Clippers need is help. They don't necessarily need James Harden, and they also don't want to give up any other players. So I don't. Where do you think James could go, or how do you think this plays out? I think James is gonna end up like staying in Philly and just being a malcontent, and probably even eventually asked to like stay home.
I think, like, me personally, I think there's a difference between finding a suitor for James Harden and then just flat out saying we have no intentions on trading James Harden. I think if Philly was like, hey, yo, look, we're trying to trade you as fast as we can. We just can't find no fucking offers for real. Then James Harden doesn't go on this tirade. But the fact that you flipped the switch like you did and say, hey, yo, we're not trading this nigga. Now James Harden is definitely bringing out the fat suit, nigga. He's bringing out the fat suit, nigga. And for Joel Embiid, this is scary, nigga, because that nigga can leave. And I know we're gonna talk about it in a little bit. I don't want to get to that point just yet, but it's just like for Harden, if I'm New York, I would put a little bit in because because you're at the mercy. You're at the mercy of all these other teams. Like, the 76ers don't really have no real power to stand on to be like, hey, yo, we're not accepting this, we're not accepting that, we're not accepting this, we're not accepting that. Because if you wait too long, Joel Embiid is going to be out the motherfucking door. So you need to make something quick happen. But if I'm New York, I'll make a bid. Because Clippers was like, hey, yo, Terrence Mann, that's about it, nigga. We're not giving you nothing crazy for real. So, I don't know. I don't know where this goes. Honestly, I would hate for this to turn into a Ben Simmons situation.
That's what I think is going to happen.
I don't think. Yeah, like for Philly to go through Ben Simmons twice is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of crazy.
That's a fire. They need to fire Darryl Morey, of course. If that's what happens, I think what happened. They need to get rid of Darryl Morey. I think if that happens, they need to just tear the whole team down. Honestly, because I don't think Embiid can get it. He can't get it done by himself, as it's been proved. Not to like bash Embiid, it's just been literally proven that he can't do it by himself. And him and James Harden, I don't think they can. They can't really do it themselves either. So Embiid, he just won MVP. His value is probably as high as ever. I think it might be time to see who wants Embiid, because the Clippers they don't have any young players. They don't have any wings, really. They've never had wings since Embiid's been there, honestly, except like Tobias Harris for real. But that's it.
All they have is Tyrese. All they have is Tyrese Maxey as a young talent.
And like I like Tyrese Maxey. He's good, but Tyrese Maxey, he's not leading a team nowhere. And that's not no disrespect Tyrese Maxey. He's just not. That's just not his role. He just needs He's more. I feel like he'll max out as like a good number 3,
a number 2,
a good number 3,
good number 3.
Good number 3 or like a solid number 2, but he's not going to carry the team to the playoffs. Now, of course, if he does carry the team to the playoffs, I'm going to pretend I never said any of this. But as of right now, it's not happening. So.
Man,
I think it's probably time for Philly to kick the tire or let it go. Honestly, the process was fun, but it was a failure.
But honestly, look from a Darryl Morey perspective, this is how Darryl Morey has always conducted business. He's always, even in Houston, he was known for letting Chris Paul know, "Hey, yo, Chris, I don't know what's gonna happen, but no matter what, we're not sending you to OKC. Don't listen to those rumors. We're not sending you to OKC." 2 days later, what that nigga do? He went to OKC. He's just notorious for just doing what doing a lot of things that is just not the best or unconventional. Trying to keep up with Danny Ainge and Bob Myers and all these other niggas that finesse trade assets and do what they do. The difference between him and other people, he doesn't give a fuck about draft compensation. Like he was willing to give up 4 first rounders for Jimmy Butler at one point in time. So like he doesn't give a fuck. He's somebody that once James Harden no longer became that superstar that you had to make happy, he treated him like any other asset that he's normally done throughout his Rockets career or his 76ers career, and just treated him like a pawn, nigga, just to make the team quote unquote better. I don't know, nigga. But that's Darryl, and I think this is James Harden's first time seeing it from a non-superstar superstar side, because they're not doing that shit to Joel Embiid, not at least for another 6 years if he was to stay. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's how Darryl got successful.
By being a terrible human being. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, look, we gave up Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin was the best player on our team, and flipped that nigga for James Harden. And look, it turned out great. But look, you traded the best player like it was a bag of chips for a nigga that was a 6-man. In hindsight, that kind of is like, damn, you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. You trying to make the team better, so it just looks kind of bad now. But this is what he's always been.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. It's actually sort of sad, but at the end of the day, they're millionaires. They'll be okay.
I mean, he opted in. He's getting money, so I mean, yeah. I don't really.
He's still getting money. He's still at the clubs. He's still having the time of his life. So
it's fucked up for. But look, my thing is, I meant to say this earlier. I'm just like, nigga, them Chinese niggas give a fuck about what you talking about right now. You at a shooting camp and your ass talking about, I will never play for Darryl Morey. Nigga, shoot some threes.
I know
nigga,
nobody asked him that. They're just like, what?
That nigga Steph Curry last month was doing shooting drills. You out here talking about Darryl Morey in the soap opera. Nigga, if you don't hit this layup, if you don't shoot, if you don't compete with this robot that shoots threes and be entertaining for us, nigga, do not give a fuck about you and your Darryl Morey problems, nigga. That's what I'll be. Them boy, you didn't even hear niggas cheering for real. You just said, oh.
They're just like, what?
They was like, oh, okay.
Because they probably get like, never mind. Never mind. But it's just like, they don't give a fuck, bro.
They don't, they do not give a fuck about your rich problems, nigga.
At all.
That's crazy. They do not give a fuck about your rich problems.
It is crazy. Though. I didn't realize Harden had that many fans in like China though. But I guess I see people say it was like because of like Yao Ming and his influence on the Rockets. So like a lot of Chinese people like the Rockets. So
it's that Houston. It's that Yao Ming Houston fan base, bro. Like Houston, so much love goes into China. Aaron Brooks, they love that nigga Aaron Brooks.
In China? What?
Back when he used to hoop, when he used to hoop for the Rockets, nigga, they used to love that nigga Aaron Brooks, bro. And Stevie Franchise.
Oh yeah.
They love the nigga They love that nigga Steve Francis too. So this is like, and Harden really embraced it. You remember those them horrible jerseys that we had that had the sleeves on it?
Yes.
We had the Chinese New Year's one.
I remember that. I do remember that one.
And we used to fly. We used to fly like some Chinese people, Chinese fan base out to the games during Chinese New Year. Them niggas used to show love, bro. Hey, you might he might have the hoop for them niggas just for the on some Lionel Messi shit. Okay,
that's what he's threatening to do. So we'll see. He won't do it, but we'll see.
You think Darryl Morey give a fuck if he do some shit like that? Go, nigga. You was finna leave us anyway. This nigga James Harden not playing this shit right. But look, it's not my problem. It's not Houston's problem. It sucks. It's all good. I ain't really tripping about it.
But you brought up those Chinese New Year jersey. Here's a hot take. It's not really a hot take, but NBA, please never bring those jerseys back again. They were so stupid, bro. They were so ugly.
Hey,
but we need to
look bad on them hoes look bad on 2K. Them hoes look bad anywhere, nigga. That was what 2K15, 2K14.
Bro, those were whatever. Let's transition to our hot take segment now. I still can't believe it. Like that was just a terrible. Remember when LeBron ripped his sleeves off the jersey?
That shit looked even uglier.
Like
that shit looked even. Was that the same year they did the Christmas commercial?
Which one?
And they was all shooting. They was shooting, and it was like Jingle Bells.
Was it that one? Was that the same year?
I don't know. I could be.
That was a great commercial. That's top.
That was a fire commercial.
That's like top 3 Christmas commercial, maybe top 1, honestly, for the NBA.
And the NBA don't be doing commercials like that, but that was a good one.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know. I would have to do some more research on it, but that's the only thing. If that was the same year, that was the only thing y'all did good that season. That season was the only highlight. That was an ass season. Nigga, nobody gave a fuck about that shit. Niggas was anyway. You go ahead.
Anyway, let's get into these hot takes. And I know you got a particularly spicy one that was sort of came from your travels in California. So what's your hot take this week?
Okay. All right, now look. I say this very disrespectfully. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not here to say anything. I'm not trying to put no preference on this. Normally I'd be like, hey, I'm not trying to offend nobody. Nah. This is disrespectful. Y'all suck. Y'all dick suck Shaquille O'Neal way too fucking much.
Wow.
Y'all dick suck this nigga way too fucking much. Y'all slob this nigga's knob.
He said it 3 times.
And I'll only talk. Look, because it's the fucking truth, right? So I'm having a conversation. I'm blurring the name out just so we don't have to, them niggas, they're not going to listen to the podcast anyway. But we was having a conversation. It was kind of borderline to what Tune was talking about, the greatest centers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And they was just so quick to say Shaquille O'Neal, and it's not even a discussion with Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, Hakeem Olajuwon not even being in the conversation, or it's not even a debate about Hakeem Olajuwon versus Shaquille O'Neal. And my whole, I was eating tacos, so I was still chilling, but at the same time, just like, I'm looking at these ignorant niggas. Shaquille O'Neal is the only nigga in the NBA that can have this kind of dick-sucking support when there's real live fucking footage of this nigga Hakeem Olajuwon cooking this nigga, and the first thing niggas gonna do is dick suck some more and say, oh, that nigga was young. That was Orlando Magic.
Wasn't he like really young?
Oh, he was. So that means he's a scrub. So that means he's a scrub. You calling that nigga scrub?
It means
that nigga went to the NBA Finals that year.
He wasn't as good as he was going to be. He wasn't at his peak.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, you can continue, but that was just the only pushback I had on that. Like, you can continue. Though.
I don't. But this is my thing, Jax. I don't feel some type of way when niggas say Shaquille over Hakeem. I have an issue when you saying I'm sounding crazy and there's no debate and there's no discussion at all. Because you know what we not finna do? You know what niggas don't do? Is if LeBron and Kobe was facing in the 2009 finals. You know what they not finna do? Is say LeBron was fucking young. You know what they gonna say? Hey, the tape don't lie, nigga. We got footage of it. Kobe was cooking this nigga. And we disrespect, and this is all I'm gonna say. We disrespect Hakeem Olajuwon so bad. Disrespecting Hakeem Olajuwon is saying that he's not one of the greatest centers of all time.
Nobody says he's not one of the greatest centers of all time.
But saying it's disrespectful to Shaq to put Hakeem Olajuwon over it. You're disrespecting Hakeem Olajuwon, and we disrespect the 1995 season of Hakeem Olajuwon in the Houston Rockets because that nigga cooked every single prominent big man during that time. And y'all dick suck Michael Jordan too, because y'all don't respect that 1995 finals because Michael Jordan wasn't playing, even though that nigga was playing. That nigga just lost to fucking Shaq. And y'all dick suck that nigga too hard. Oh, he playing baseball. Fuck that, nigga. He was in the 6th seed. First round, that nigga had to play the rapist Karl Malone. The next round, that nigga played Charles Barkley. Cooked that nigga. Conference finals, that nigga played the MVP of the league, David fucking Robinson. Had that nigga come to Houston or San Antonio, one of them things, and present the MVP trophy while Hakeem Olajuwon was in presence, and you can go on Google and see how that shit turned the fuck out. And then finally, that nigga went to the finals and cooked that nigga Shaquille O'Neal. And you have niggas like Shaquille O'Neal that will tell you Hakeem Olajuwon was a better basketball player than me. The nigga himself be saying it. But you got dick-sucking niggas from California, dick-sucking niggas from all over the fucking world telling me that there's no debate and there's no conversation of Hakeem Olajuwon being over Shaquille O'Neal all time. Y'all niggas love that nigga's potential so much, and y'all quick to be like, oh, he didn't play Lakers Shaq. Okay, you wanted him to play overweight Shaq. Okay, we get it, nigga. We not what are we really talking about? So that was my hot take. Y'all niggas dick suck Shaquille O'Neal too much. Y'all lean in too much on what Shaquille O'Neal could have been because Kobe said something a long ass time ago. Look, potential don't mean shit when you retired, my nigga. The nigga's retired. His career is done. Look at what it is for what it is. He could have been the best of all time. Shaquille O'Neal could have been the greatest basketball player of all time if he put his mind to it and was, obedient with his diet and was on that Kobe Bean mentality. But he wasn't, nigga. And that's why Hakeem Olajuwon is over Shaquille O'Neal. And there is a debate to be had. Fuck out of here, nigga. That's all I have to say.
You were very passionate about that take. But the only thing I'm going to say to this take is I understand why people are like, I get why you're mad. I understand. I agree with you. There should be a debate. I still would put Shaq over Hakeem. But like the thing is, I know people say there's no contest or whatever because like Shaq at his peak powers, prime, all that, he was just nobody like has dominated the league in a manner that he has. Like as far as like just physically being much stronger than the other person and just embarrassing everybody. So that's probably why people are like, oh, Shaq over Hakeem, because at his prime, Shaq would just bully literally everybody. He can bully every player in the NBA because that's just him. So I'm not surprised people would say no contest, even though there is a contest. And Hakeem is definitely more skilled, but I would still take Shaq all time over Hakeem. But
it's cool. and I can respect that opinion. But there's a debate to be had, and as long as you are saying that there's a debate to be had, especially when the nigga himself has said that Hakeem Olajuwon was better than him as a player, it's footage of this nigga saying this shit on TNT, and y'all niggas still suck. No, Sack, you're wrong. Let me suck your dick some more. That's crazy. Get off your knees, nigga. Get off your knees, nigga. Y'all think y'all the Home Depot girl? You think he finna slide in your DMs, nigga? Come on, bruh.
All right, bro.
Get off that. Right. Get off your knee. Get off your knees, nigga. And that's my hot take. A small hot take. Stop with the Stop falling for skits in 2023. You should know what a skit is on Twitter and on social media by now. Stop leave the paragraphs alone, nigga. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's 2023. Leave that long-ass paragraph about black men and gender wars. Leave that shit alone.
Where is this coming from? What the fuck?
Please, bro. I'm just saying, it's 2023. You be seeing skits about bullshit. You should know it's a skit, bro. Like, keep your peace. Be peaceful. You should be happy. Don't be on social media mad every single day. Have some joy in your life. Have fun. Touch grass. Have some fun, man. This is a PSA from a nigga that just came off a vacation, man. Yeah, just have some fun, man. Smile, man. Life is not that serious, bro.
That vacation was I need a vacation because it just gave you it gave you so much energy. You have a different energy about you. I'm gonna go on a vacation soon, and I'm gonna see if I come back inspired like you.
I used to dog the shit out of vacations. I'm like, yeah, I don't need a vacation for real. Like, what's wrong with you? It just sounds like an itinerary. Like, especially with like vacations that have like long itineraries. And
that's not a vacation.
I be trying to chill. You know what I mean? But like the way my girl is just like me. So like, she puts things in perspective, and we could just chill at some of it was a real vacation. So yeah, man, I have a new perspective and a new life of vacations. I'm gonna do this shit more often. I'm actually finna schedule my next vacation in November. Probably after this episode.
Nah, he's ready. He's ready.
I'm fucking ready. Jax, go ahead, because I pretty much dominated the fuck out of all 14 minutes of this hot take. Go ahead. Go ahead and say your hot take.
You had a lot to get off your chest. I had to step back. I had to let you cook a little bit. You might have burned the food a little bit, like with the passion, but like it's still a solid meal. You know, you cooked a little bit.
It's like barbecue. You know. Yeah, some of that need to be a little burnt. Just a little bit.
Now, for my hot take, and I was actually surprised to hear that it was a hot take until Greg told me I was like the only person he's heard say that. I didn't realize that. But my hot take is, sure. Let me preface this by saying I think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL because, of course. But the second best quarterback in the NFL, I think the second best quarterback in the NFL is none other than Lamar Jackson. And now you might want to throw, what about Josh Allen and Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert? No, you're wrong. And the only thing that stopped
Justin Herbert in there,
because you know they love Justin. You know they love y'all. Know y'all love Justin. Y'all know.
I really feel like you put that nigga in there just to slander him, just one good time.
Like people, I don't know.
Hey, I'm getting off my Herbert. Go ahead.
We can say the Justin Herbert talk for another day. I'll make a take about him. Don't you worry about that. But
oh god,
Lamar. The only thing that's stopping Lamar from being like the consensus second best quarterback in the league is simply public perception. Because everybody wants to say, "Oh, he's injury prone," blah blah blah. But when he's on the field, which is more often than not, he gets results. He wins under every circumstance. People are like, "Oh, he's a running back," and honestly, you can call him running back. Sure, he's not a running back, but call him running back if you want. If he was a running back, he'd be the best running back in the NFL, just because the way he affects the game and his yards per carry and things like that. Nobody is. He's like if Barry Sanders could throw the football. Listen, and that's why I think he's the second best quarterback. Because Lamar, the quarterbacks that can run like him, like, Justin Fields and Kyler Murray, I guess. Well, nah, take out Kyler Murray. He's not good no more. But Justin Fields is probably the only quarterback that can run.
You said to run? To run?
Yeah, to run like him. Because Kyler Murray, he can scramble and all that, but he's not Lamar. But the only quarterback that can run as effective as Lamar Jackson is Justin Fields. But the thing with Justin Fields is he can't throw like
his
Lamar.
His accuracy ain't there yet. Yeah.
People like to talk about Lamar. He doesn't have the arm strength a la Mahomes or Josh Allen or Justin Herbert. But while he doesn't have that crazy arm strength, he still does have very good arm strength. He has very good deep accuracy as well. And a lot of times, like the offense has struggled, but it's not his fault. It's because he was coached by Greg Roman, who notoriously he will always have a good running game, and the offense will always be good in his earlier portions of his tenure. The offense will always be good. This is even going back to his days as the 49ers coach, and he had Kaepernick. They were good at the beginning, but then teams start to figure it out because Greg Roman he's not that creative when it comes to passing. And so this season, I think it's going to really show everybody that, Lamar, I think Lamar's going to win the MVP again this season, and I'm not even kidding. Because he has weapons. He has Odell. He has Zay Flowers they just drafted. Rashad Bateman's back. He has Mark Andrews. He has J.K. Dobbins will be back. If he's healthy, I think Lamar Jackson's going to win the MVP because he's that good, and he's the only quarterback that can run as effective as he throws. And that is my hot take.
Barring any injuries.
Shut up.
MVP.
Barring injuries. Whatever. Whatever.
Hey, nigga. Alright, damn. Alright. Look, I'm a Lamar Jackson supporter, so I think that he can have an MVP season this year, most definitely. They really hold this nigga in the beginning of his career. They was really having this nigga run out the power I and be a running back for real. That's really what they wanted that nigga to do that first year. It was getting crazy.
And that's another problem I have. Like, people have this perception that Lamar, he can't throw. Like, like I said, they call him a running back. But if you go back to his college tape, he ran a lot in college, but that's because he was scrambling. He didn't really do design runs like that. He ran because he could. He ran a pro-style offense in college. So he has the ability to make all the reads, go through progressions, and make all the throws. Yet people just want to be like, "Oh, he's a running back." Like, no, you're not watching. You're letting social media dictate. Like I said, y'all be letting social media influence y'all too much. You're letting social media tell y'all, "Oh, he's a running back. Oh, he can't do this. Oh, he can't do that." No, just watch the tape. He's not the best. He's the second best. Like, there's no. I really don't think there's a debate about that either. I think it's the second best, and it's not even close.
I think most people, and I'm not saying that I agree with this, but I think most people have Mahomes 1, and then they have Joe Burrow 2, and then they really want to get this. They have Josh Allen too. I think they have Josh Allen. I think they have Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, like 1A, 1B, only because Joe Burrow was able to get them niggas to the Super Bowl. The Cincinnati Bengals at that. Which is, that
he might be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Like, that alone is a great accomplishment, especially when you tore your ACL the year before. So, I mean, look, Joe Burrow is one of them dudes. So I think they have, the 1A, 1B with Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. And then they really want to get disrespectful, and they really want to put that nigga Jalen Hurts over that nigga. That's what they want to do off of this season. They want to do that. I don't believe it.
Like, Jalen Hurts, he had a better season than Lamar last year, but that doesn't mean he's a better quarterback than Lamar.
On God. Me personally, I'm gonna put Joe Burrow over Josh Allen. I don't like that nigga. I mean, Josh Allen is cool. I just think Joe Burrow is the better quarterback. And I want Lamar Jackson to be, like I said, when healthy, I think Lamar Jackson is the second best. This coming season, I'm hoping that Lamar, starts shutting niggas up. You know how it was for Steph Curry when he got injured? Yes. And it was like the 2020 season, and Dame Lillard was just going crazy that year in the bubble, and after the bubble he was going crazy. And that they was calling that nigga Logo Lillard, and niggas was like, Steph who? And they was just kind of forgetting who Steph Curry was.
In the NBA. No.
Yeah, they were going crazy for a minute. And then Steph Curry wins the championship next year, and niggas shut all that shit down. I hope Lamar has one of those seasons. I don't know how far he's going into the playoffs, because the AFC is just fucking crazy. Yeah. If he was in the NFC, this would be a whole nother conversation. But he in the AFC.
The NFC got the Eagles, it got the 49. Like, It's some cold teams this season. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a good season.
It's some cold teams, but nigga, even his own division is rough, nigga. Like that nigga's division is rough. Mike Tomlin himself ain't even a quarterback. That Mike Tomlin alone can knock you out
8 wins off rip.
That gives you 8 wins off rip, and then hopefully you get some Hall of Famers in the beginning. You don't know what Deshaun Watson gonna do. And you got Pat Mahomes and Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and Tua, whoever. If you put any stock in Tua and the Dolphins and Trevor fucking Lawrence. So it's like, it's crazy. And you don't like Justin Herbert, but Justin Herbert in that bitch too. But I don't think that's a bad hot take. I just think that niggas don't believe that Lamar can be healthy. And I think he needs to prove niggas that he can be healthy and be in the playoffs and win more than just one playoff game. And I think if he can do that, niggas will put a little bit more respect on his name. I just think niggas haven't seen him in the playoffs in quite a long time. And that's just what is kind of faltering niggas' images of how they view Lamar Jackson. Especially when you have a nigga like Joe Burrow that has done so much but not a lot for real. But enough to keep things, have a conversation going about, can he dethrone Patrick Mahomes one day? Nigga, what? He went to one Super Bowl. He ain't even won an MVP yet. You got a nigga that's won an MVP.
That's like, people talk about like Josh Allen, Burrow, and I'm just like, they haven't. Lamar already won the MVP. He's already, like, players have already voted him the best, but like, he's already done all the things.
Unanimous at that. Yeah, unanimous at that too.
He's done all the things everybody else is trying to live up to, and it's crazy how the disrespect has gotten to me. And I hope, like, my dream for next season, for the next Super Bowl season, or for next season rather, is Dallas and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Will that happen? Probably not.
Fuck no.
But I need that to happen for my soul. But yeah,
I don't want that. I don't think I would want that for real. I would want either one or the other, because I can't have. Hey, look,
why can't you
have? Cause, bro, that's taxing for my mentals, bro. Cause I be happy for Lamar, but then you playing my team, and I ain't seen my team go win that bitch in ever in my life, nigga. Like, that shit happened before I was born. Now I'm gonna have to disrespect Lamar in the process because I want my team to win. Because they be disrespecting Dak Prescott just as bad, if not worse.
I just need Lamar to have success in it, like, because Lamar, his only playoff game that he played in was when he was a rookie, and that was when they wouldn't let him throw the ball. So, like, everybody's like, oh, he can't win the playoffs. It's not his fault. They didn't let him throw the ball. So I need to see Lamar have that postseason success, and then I always need to see Dallas win in the postseason. But
if we have a Super Bowl, if we have a Super Bowl matchup like that, it needs to mirror verbatim what happened between the Chiefs and the Eagles. He needs to be Jalen Hurts, and Dak Prescott needs to be Pat Mahomes. You can have a great game, and you fuck up just once, and that once was just enough for me to win the fucking football game. So we can't blame it all on you, because you played a hell of a game and you threw 500 yards.
I don't even want Lamar to mess up. It could be Mark Andrews could go fumble or something.
Something crazy.
I'll be okay with that. Or Odell, he can fumble. Everybody loves Odell. Nobody's gonna turn on Odell if he fumbles. Amen. So that'll be fun.
And we went off a field goal or some shit. You know what I mean? Just something crazy, something out of your control for real. You know?
Yeah.
But I think that was a solid hot take. I think that one was definitely clip worthy. I don't know if I'm gonna clip mine off.
You need to, if you clip yours off, you gotta use like the beep. That would be funny. That would be funny.
Nigga TikTok finna cook my ass. TikTok and their rules and violations finna cook me if I try to post that bitch. I don't know. We'll see though.
You need to just beep it all up. That would be funny.
Nigga, I got so many beeps. They're not even gonna know what the fuck I said for real.
Exactly.
That nigga said Shaq and what? I don't know what Shaq did to this nigga, but that shit crazy. But I think that wraps it up for this week. This week's episode for the Play for Keys podcast. Great episode, solid episode. Per usual, Make sure y'all like and subscribe and comment and keep
comment on our reels we post. Get into arguments in the comments if you want, because that's what people are debating, whether or not Terrence Crawford was shot or if he was grazed, and I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, get in the comments, go argue, bro. Make a friend, make an enemy, tell other people about us.
Hey man, talk your shit down there, and look, man, look. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We done got some new followers. Shout out to y'all. We've now officially gotten to the point where there's not quite a few, but a nice little chunk of people that follow us that we don't know them niggas.
Yeah, I have no idea. Life. I was thinking Greg knows him. He doesn't.
No, I did. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the Play for Keys podcast where we keep it real. We not following all of you niggas back. Y'all niggas do a lot of illegal shit on there. I'm not trying to see that shit on the feed, low key. I'm not trying to see you roll up your blunt. I'm sorry. No disrespect. I don't care. I already unfollowed some niggas already where I was just like, I'm not trying to see. Wasn't trying to see that. Wasn't trying to see that on my feed. No cap. But I appreciate you for supporting. And I'm a share whenever you decide to share the content. I'm a show love in the DMs and shit and say thank you and all that shit. But as for follow, this is not a follow account, nigga. I'm sorry. We is not that. I'm sorry. But any last words, Jax?
Any last words? Honestly, I'll think about it more. I really need that Ravens Cowboys Super Bowl to happen. That's my last. I need that to happen. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna say it right here. And if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna pretend like I never said any of this. But it's gonna happen.
Hey man, you gotta and shout out to the shout out to the fantasy football squad. All them niggas that's participating. I ain't gonna lie. When I had to send that $50, I was like, man, didn't want to give that one up this week. Not gonna lie, I was on vacation. I was like, damn, I could have used that 50 for something else. But hey, look, it was a commitment to the fantasy football league for sure. Shout out to them. Shout out to Ash and all them niggas, man. Yeah, you talking about this Cowboys Ravens shit? I don't know. I've always envisioned a boring Super Bowl for the Cowboys.
I mean, I would like I want it to be boring.
I would like I want a boring. I know we're gonna win. I want like some Seahawks Broncos shit. Well, my nerves is not bad. The real test was like the championship game the week before or 2 weeks before, and we got through that, and we like, okay, now we can sweep these niggas. Yeah. You deal with the Ravens, nigga. That's gonna be a great game, but my heart, nigga, my blood pressure, nigga. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna feel about that, but hey, you never know. That's your Super Bowl prediction, because that was definitely
my Super Bowl prediction.
I definitely had Pat Mahomes back in that bitch. I ain't not gonna lie to you. Definitely had that nigga Mahomes back in that bitch. And then for the NFC, yeah, I had the Cowboys. I had the Cowboys Chiefs, low key, which is not.
If it's Cowboys Chiefs, bro, the Chiefs gonna run us over, bro. If it's Cowboys Chiefs, the Chiefs gonna get disrespectful.
Nigga, anybody we meet in the first round get disrespectful with us, bro. And they getting on my anybody in the divisional round get disrespectful with us, and it's getting on my nerves. It's getting on my goddamn nerves. Hey, I just realized something, and after this, we gonna turn this shit off. The Cowboys and UT football, they really the same. They really the same thing.
It's the same thing.
They ain't been successful in so fucking long. And I keep thinking about that white dude that after they won the game, that nigga said, Texas, we're back. And
that was Sam Ehlinger. That was Sam Ehlinger who
that
said that.
Shit was crazy. Niggas have not lived that shit down ever since, bro. Anytime UT do some weird, dumb shit or lose really bad, they bring up that Sam Ehlinger video and they mock them niggas. And I can't wait for that chokehold to be released from them, but I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon. I'm sorry to say, they going to the SEC. It's not going. Nah.
If they want to win, they gotta do it this year. And this year alone. That's it.
Alabama finna dog them niggas, man. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a couple years before
if Alabama don't, Georgia will.
Look, Georgia, A&M, a few of them niggas that's finna. For real?
A&M won't do.
They're not finna dog Texas.
No, A&M they always get
dog
good.
Texas.
A&M gets good recruit. Then the team just sucks. Like, I think it's a coaching problem, honestly. They be having, like, the number one recruiting class, like, for, like, the past, like, 5 years, and then they suck. They need a new coach.
Right. Hey, man, that's above me. That is above me. It ain't got shit to do with me. But, man, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Like we said, make sure y'all like and subscribe. And like we said, tell a friend. Tell enemies, too. And shout out to the oldies that's been listening to our podcast. And with that being said, we'll see y'all next week.